Hey there, all my soul peeps. Angel of the Dawn back with another How Are They Feeling About You message. And as usual, we're going to start with the Divine Feminine up top and the Divine Masculine follows. And I usually was going ahead and in the same reading doing a third row and a third deck for potential outcomes and possibilities for the connection or in the situation. I'm going to continue to do that, just not in the same video. I'm going to start making that an extended read, and along with that, and I'm going to use the Angel Tarot for the extended read on that. And I'm also going to pull cards for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine on what chakra may be being blocked, and then a card each for what chakra may be being activated. So that is what the extended read will consist of, is the Angel Tarot messages of what the potential outcomes are, and then the each card for each divine for blockages and activations. So, okay, let's get started. How the Divine Feminines are currently feeling about the Divine Masculines. And that extended read will be available for $4.44. You can go to my PayPal and purchase that, and then send me an email, which is in the description box below. Got the Eight of Swords. So it looks like the Divine Feminine sees the Divine Masculine as being in a self-imposed prison. And we'll see if those come out again. So yeah, so seeing the Divine Masculine in a self-imposed prison. Jeez. That one tried to come out now twice. Five more cards, please. That was one of the ones I believe fell out. 2. 10 of Wands. So, seeing the Divine Masculine holding on to a lot of burdens, carrying a lot of burdens. 7 of Swords. Not really seeing the Divine Masculine stepping up to the plate, so to speak. Maybe the Divine Feminine doesn't feel like the Divine Masculine is handling certain responsibilities, maybe. Or, I don't know, that seems judgmental. But, yeah, I just feel like maybe just not handling the burdens well. And then we've got the Hanged Man. So not making a decision, just kind of hanging out. And, you know, easily he could get down from that situation, but he's choosing just to hang out. Kind of like this person could easily get out of these bonds, but they're just hanging out in them. And really, I feel like it's a fear. They're keeping themselves, excuse me, keeping themselves trapped, self-imposed trapped, because they're afraid, and they're even, you know, weighing themselves down with burdens and using that as an excuse to not move forward in a divinely guided situation. We've got the Hermit, and I hadn't even seen that yet, but I always take that as like divine guidance, enlightenment, you know, lighting the path, showing the way, contemplation, figuring things out, you know, coming to terms and dealing with stuff, which I feel like they've been doing in the hangman position, but they're still, you know, oh, I'm just so tied up, I'm so bound up. The Magician, so I feel like, yeah, the divine feminines are seeing that the divine masculines are being enlightened, and that they're trying to manifest this passionate foundation here with the Three of Wands, and they're looking out. Okay, yeah, in the bottom of the deck, I hadn't even seen that yet either. The Sun card. Okay, so the divine feminines see the divine masculines as knowing what makes them happy. And knowing how to get it. But staying trapped in lower vibrational situations, burdens, fear, dishonesty, disloyalty, and just not wanting to see above that. I mean, on the outside, like, they know. On the inside, they know. But I feel like they've got this mask on that they're telling everybody, you know, this is how I am. So, and that's how the divine feminines are seeing this situation, is you've got what it takes to get yourself out of the situation. You know what the situation is, and exactly how to get out of all this negativity, and you know what makes you happy, but you've got a lot of fear, and you're just hanging out. That's how the divine feminines are seeing you guys, divine masculines. So I feel like I'm hearing bored. The divine feminines are bored with the situation. I'm over it. I just seen, my hair's really short, so it's not like I could do the hair flip, but I just seen somebody doing a hair flip saying, I'm over it. I'm so over it. So, yeah. That's how the divine feminines are seeing the divine masculines right now. They know that they've got the tools to get themselves out of the situation, but basically they're just seeing them as, what is it? Being self-involved and narcissistic a little bit, about poor me, poor me, poor me, even though they've got all of the tools and capabilities and knowledge, everything that they need to get out of this and be happy, to find their happiness. But they're purposely staying stuck. Like petulant. They're being a petulant child is what, that's what the energy seems like. It's like, I don't want to be spiritual. I don't want to be important. I don't want to be divine. Anyways, I'll quit picking on the divine masculines. It's really difficult. They've been going through a lot of shit. I know they have. The energies have totally felt it. So, not picking on the divine masculines at all. Anyways, how are the divine masculines feeling about the divine feminines? Give me 6 cards or about for how the divine masculines are feeling about the divine feminines. Queen of Swords. Yeah, imagination. But that's funny because I haven't done the how are they feeling about you an awful lot. And I do remember that the last time that I did do one of these, he also seen the divine feminine as the Queen of Swords. You know, not taking no shit. Anything that doesn't serve her or fucks with her vibration is gone in a heartbeat. Just not taking no shit. And I get almost an awe sense when I think about, you know, when I see it in my head, so. Or when my guidance shows it to me, however you know. Gosh dang it. We might take them. Let's see what we got. These fell first. We've got Rivalry, the Warrior, Change, the Underworld, and the Chariot. Yeah, okay. Got the 7 of Wands, Rivalry. But I also see that as standing your ground. So the divine masculine sees the divine feminine as standing her ground. The Warrior. Wow, I'm pretty sure this one was in the last how are they feeling also. The Warrior. That's actually really badass. And the Knight of Swords, Change. The Underworld. And the Chariot. And the overall energy is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I feel like the divine masculines see the divine feminines as ending a cycle to begin a cycle. And for a lot of the divine masculines, or for a group of the divine masculines out there, that is a cycle with them. I know not all divine masculines and divine feminines have, you know, had previous relationships or turmoil or whatever. But I feel like in this case, this group of divine feminines, it has to do with the divine masculine. And that cycles are ending so new cycles can begin. And the divine masculine sees that she's ending, you know, these toxic cycles with him and moving forward. She's cutting things out that no longer serve her. She's standing her ground. She's the warrior. She's fought a lot of battles. Check this chick out. She just looks badass. She's fought a lot of battles against him, against herself, against other people. And she's made a lot of changes here with the Knight of Swords. A lot of, you know, internal changes. She's went deep within the underworld and, you know, went through the dark night of the soul. Probably multiple times, tower moment upon tower moment, if it's anything like my situation. It seemed like this last year was just like one big tower moment or one big underworld. But anyway, so I feel like with the Chariot, you know, he sees the divine feminine coming out of that and, you know, pretty much a badass. But she's ending, you know, toxic cycles and anything that no longer serves her. And he's fully taken note of that. He sees this happening. He sees and feels this change. I really believe that he feels this on a energetic level. He feels that she's just not the same, that she's totally transformed. You know, basically, the underworld here, I get just total transformation, like death of an old you, and birth of a new you. And that can also be indicative here of the Wheel of Fortune as well, of the ending and beginning of cycles, death and rebirth. So he sees that, you know, regardless if these changes are because of him or not, you know, when it comes to your divine masculine or the divine masculine, regardless of these changes, the divine masculine is seeing this in the divine feminine. And I get almost the sense of pride, because again, you know, just like the divine feminine knows about the divine masculine, knows that he can be this enlightened person that can manifest and, you know, have this foundation, and because they both can see the future together here. And, you know, the divine masculine knows that, and he knows, so there's almost a sense of pride because he sees the divine feminine, and we're a reflection of each other. So he's starting to see through the divine feminine his own divinity, if that makes sense. Because they both know that it's there in him. He's just stuck in these toxic cycles, thought patterns, and beliefs that keep him from bringing this from the inside out into his 3D world, is what I'm totally getting. And, you know, the divine feminines, they know that as well. They see that. And I think maybe, you know, the divine masculines know this. They're just sometimes just in deep denial even to themselves. Because I guess we know as the divine feminines, we've had a major overhaul, obviously, of our entire lives, our world. And that's what the divine masculines are going through. And so they're seeing that, you know, all of that's being reflected back to them now in their situation. They watch the divine feminine go through what they're going through, but they see how she's come out. You know, she's no nonsense. She's standing her ground. She's a fucking warrior. She's made all the changes. She's been through the underworld. She's had death and rebirth, and she's coming out swinging. And so that is an inspiration to the divine masculine, is what I'm getting. This is, wow, way longer than I expected. We're going to go ahead and get some more information on this situation, potential outcomes, and chakra information in the extended. That'll be available after this for $4.44. The information will be in the description box on how to purchase that. And so, this is Angel of the Dawn saying peace, love, and light out. Until next time.